In this week's episode of Unboxed, I'm sitting down with the incredible Fred Beck, aka Fred Talks Fighting.
And I bumped into Logan Paul on the way out, and Logan's like, "Let's do it, Fred, let's do it." He didn't do any interviews all week, did nothing. I was the only one who did.
Through this episode, we talk about a number of things, such as JJ's last fight with Tommy Fury.
I was like, if KSI did get knocked out, then I'd be like,
Fred is a creator who has been dominating the influencer boxing scene with his incredible, highly reactive interviews.
my record for videos is about 45 videos for 4 days. This time was 70.
And what's been your favourite Misfits event so far?
The Texas one back in November, when Dillon and Dannis came in. There was coffee at JJ. Big street fight entertainer outside. I was in the middle of it. Dillon slapped the phone in my hand. My Twitter went from like 3K to about 10K.
I hope you love this episode as much as I love sitting with him today. Please welcome Fred Beck. Fred, thank you so much for coming on Unboxed.
No, this is cool.
Can you just give everyone a little bit of background as to you, how you created what you've created, and what you thought about the fight on Saturday? Because it's been a big week for you.
Yeah, I'm very happy it's over.
I can imagine.
I'm really, yeah. Not because I don't like it, just because fight weeks are very stressful. Get along anxiety and fight week. I think this week I did about, my record for videos is about 45 videos for 4 days. That's normally what you kind of try to average. This time was 70, just because it's such a big occasion.
70 videos. So, I mean, what is that on average per day?
About 22. No. I think about, I do the maths. I was never,
When you
I
really
was set
think,
6 maths in school, so
yeah, that's fine.
it's my strong point.
Even 22. I mean, take me through fight week this
Yes.
week, from the beginning to the end. What did you do? Who did you film? How did it all? How did you upload 75 videos?
Because it's such a big card, there were like, what, 10? I don't know how many fights was there.
Yeah, I mean,
10 fights, I think.
10 or something. Yeah.
So, yeah, about 10, 12 fights. So
And the prelims. Were there prelims as well?
Yeah, 4 prelim fights. It's the media workout started from about 1 p.m. until about 7 p.m. It's never normally that long. Normally it's about 3 hours. This was about 7 hours. And I'd always try to interview everyone on the first day, so get them all over and done with, and then pick off the good ones on the second day, and then interview everyone again on the last day. But I just interviewed everyone every single day.
Who were some of the people who you managed to get at that point?
Everyone. I did everyone apart from KSI.
Right.
I did JJ like a week ago. His gym
Yeah.
one-on-one.
Yeah.
The sit-down one went viral, so
Yeah.
you can't complain too much.
Yeah.
So I did the first day. I couldn't upload any of my interviews at the warehouse. There's no Wi-Fi. Ridiculous, misfits. Please do that next time. Get Wi-Fi at the media workout. It's a lifesaver. And I bumped into Logan Paul on the way out. Complete stroke of luck, like 1% chance. And Logan's like, "Let's do it, Fred. Let's do it."
I'll take the second for Fred because he's a legend. He works hard. No, come on. No, let me do it. Let me do it.
No, the only media is with Jeff's barbershop, Fred. You're done.
He said-
Sorry, no, I'm kidding.
I gotta go. That's my manager.
We do a little bit while we're walking, Logan. We do a little bit here.
Sure. Yeah. Fred, I'm joking, bro. I'll make time for you, Fred. You can put it down.
Put it down. Oh, thank God. I thought you were walking away.
No, bro. You know why? I love your hustle, Fred. You go so hard, and I think you're gonna be a great combat sports journalist. And so I wanna say I was here first.
I was like, "Okay, sick." I was like, "Thank fuck."
Yeah.
I never swear, but I was like, "Thank God."
Yeah.
I found Logan Paul. So I did about 2 minutes of Logan, one-on-one. He didn't do any interviews all week, did nothing. So I was the only one who did. And then the next day, press conference day, did about 25 interviews. The next day was weigh-in day, did about 22 interviews, something like that, I can't remember. And then for fight night, it was obviously quite stressful, as all fight nights always are. I did all the one-on-one interviews, and then I could have interviewed them on my tripod. I think I interviewed Bugsy Malone with my tripod,
Yeah.
with the camera.
What was that to interview Bugsy Malone?
He wasn't particularly talkative, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm interviewing Bugsy Malone.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
he calls me an idiot, that'd be even better.
Yeah.
Like now,
Punch me,
interviews are
Bugsy.
awkward. It makes it, because I'm doing it in front of the camera.
Mm.
It makes it even more funny.
Mm.
If something goes wrong, it makes it even better. If someone interrupts, the interviews that go viral or do better views are normally the ones that something goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's never a smooth interview. Did Andrew Schultz, which was quite cool. Did the Sidemen. I did it all on my iPhone.
So this must have been probably the busiest week of your life.
Yeah, I'm happy it's over now.
And what did you think? I mean, let's get into the fight and the cards. Obviously, boxing is your sport. You said you trained as an amateur. You've been doing this for a long time now, since you were 16. Like, you know about boxing. It's in your blood, clearly. What did you think of the card? What did you think of the fights? And then we'll get into the JJ result. But yeah, what did you think of the night?
It's like one of those poker scenes where you put all in. You shove all your chips in. I thought JJ did enough to win. I thought the point deduction he should have been given the decision really. So that kind of put a dampener on the show in general really, because he didn't get the win and when he deserved it. I was on the train back and I was like, if KSI did get knocked out, then I'd be like, fair play, good. But the fact he kind of won as well was a bit like heart wrenching. Especially how much work he put on. All the other fights killed it. Logan Paul, Dillon, Dannis was a bit cagey at times because Dillon wasn't letting his shots go. Logan did his job. Dillon did do his job again in the ring, but he could have done a little bit more. He didn't throw any punches. Team lead was a killer fight. The tag team was a killer fight. So Papi Slim was a killer fight. Ed Matthews swarms. Ed knocked him out in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Ed's now a superstar, whether he knows how or not. Asher's one was a good fight. Every fight killed, really. It was a successful, very successful event, I thought.
And what's been your favourite Misfits event so far? This one?
No, not this one. Probably, maybe it was the Texas one back in November 2003, I think.
Yeah, I remember that, right? And that's when Dillon threw his coffee at JJ, right?
Yeah, well, Dillon slapped the phone in my hand. The big street fight with Andy Taylor.
Yeah, so okay. So
Dean
what's
lead, amazing fight. Well, the reason why that was probably my favourite event is had the Logan Paul mic interview, which was one-on-one of both of them, which is really, really nice.
Was that the first time you'd interviewed Logan?
First time I met Logan. First time, yeah. It wasn't the greatest card of all time. It's not a pay-per-view card, so it's not like you got superstars on the card. Over the whole week until the Friday where Dillon Dannis came in, threw his coffee at JJ, big street fight Andy Taylor outside. I was in the middle of it, just trying to break it up. And generally, I did try and break it up. I wasn't trying to get anything from it, I promise. I'm always honest.
Yeah, I do remember that video of you just like, stop, guys, stop. Whoa.
And then that video just went like insanely viral.
Yeah.
Because a street fight will always go viral. If it's 2 celebs, like AT and Dillon Dannis, and it's in like 4K quality, then it's definitely going to go viral. And Dillon Dannis is quite exclusive. No one really sees much of him. So he's getting punched in the face by AT. Everyone's going to watch that. Millions and millions of views. I think my Twitter went from like 3K to about 10K.
Really? From the one video?
Twitter's very hard to get followers from, obviously. So if you're a fan and you just seen Dillon Dannis get rocked by Andy Taylor, we're gonna wonder what everyone thinks of it. It's like the Wades, the Slims, talking about it all. So that was the kind of the clutch moment, yeah.
I mean, you're 19, right? Like, you've had such a crazy, 3 years?
Yeah, 3 and a little bit.
3 and a bit years now. What's that feel like for you?
Jordan, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky.
I don't know. I don't think you're lucky.
Or I worked my ass
You've
off.
freaking smashed it, mate.
Luck does play into it. Like, I worked extremely. I never thought I'd be at this stage. Like, if you show me the week I just had, into the names I did, I'd ask, are you on drugs or you drunk or something like that? Because it's just crazy. I'm so lucky and fortunate to be able to do what I do. I never thought any of this would happen. I always thought, what if that'd be cool if that happened? I thought it through and through and through and through. But I never actually thought it happened. Because I grew up and I always thought I was like kind of hard on my kid, like no luck Fred. Then obviously now I'm extremely lucky.
But you put the work in, right? Like you put the hours and hours and hours and hours in. You staying up to 4 a.m. You producing. I mean, I think for me,
I consider myself a hard worker, but now working hard is a norm.
Yeah,
working hard's normal.
Yeah,
so
the consistency and
the bare
hard
minimum
work,
is
right?
to work hard. You can't go below the bare minimum, which now is just hard damn work. So now I can upload a video every other day.
Yeah.
So I've got to the stage where I'm established. I think that's safe to say, with no arrogant or ego. I am established
now.
You
won the Happy Punch
influencer scene.
You know, media award.
The Happy Punch award.
There we go.
I would say I'm established in the YouTube boxing scene now, so I can upload every other day and obviously do the TikToks because I'm running a business at the age of 19. I've got an accountant now who handles the money. Just very, very grateful for her.
I mean, that was gonna be my next kind of question area is like, how do you find the business side of all of this? Because at any age that's hard, right? But when you're 19,
especially if you don't teach it in school either.
They don't teach you anything in school. You have to learn on your feet.
I was in school. I just had a good time.
Yeah,
I was born with everything. Just had a good time. Didn't put whatever I did in life. If I enjoyed it, I worked my ass off. If I didn't like something, fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. Maths tests. We're not gonna learn this. And so now it's got to the stage where, and I grew up seeing other people, parents, and seeing people do jobs they absolutely hate. And that scared the shit out of me. And it still does to this day. People work their whole lives to do their dream job, run their own business. And I do it already at the age of 19. It's like a fast track. It's like I skipped 30 years. I'm so lucky. Man. And yeah, you just got to put the work in. Work your ass off. And no one will tell you you're an idiot. And it's the people who are idiots that do succeed. And I think the best thing ever for a young person is to do something that you thought is impossible. Because then you do yourself. Now, Jordan, I think anything's possible. I could go to the moon.
You can do anything.
I could go to the moon. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Because I've just done so much stuff in life which I thought would never, ever be possible. To do a Logan Paul interview where he says, let's do an interview, where he rejects every other media, I find, like, insane. For KSI to be like, know who you are, it's really cool. For this, like, Sidemen to show you love, for Bailey Squad to show you love, the biggest people on the planet, Andrew Schultz, Bugsy Malone, everyone to be, like, nice, to know who you are. I find that mind-blowing sort of thing.
And are you focused purely on sport, or is your interest like beyond that in terms of where you see yourself in like 5 years time? Like, do you want to move out to, from boxing and specifically creative boxing into, other areas and other sort of scenes? Like, what's your vision on a sort of thematic level for you?
It's not really a boxing channel anymore. It's more of an influencer channel, I'd say. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to if Andrew Schultz walks in here, my iPhone's immediately out asking questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, Andrew, You're not talking about boxing. Move aside. I'll never go interview this prospect fighter.
Yeah.
No, Andrew Schwarz. I'm not gonna be silly.
And just because I think you're right. Like what the big sort of USP that I see in you is your reactivity, your ability to get in the room, to be liked by everybody. Like I think that's a real skill in itself, to be so kind of warm and able to sort of slot yourself into spaces without coming across as being arrogant or rude or domineering. I think it makes people want to come and speak to you.
You've got to be very, very careful because on the outside, like UK YouTube seems a massive sort of thing, but it's very small and closed off on the inside. And if you are a dick, people will know you're a dick. Like word spreads like wildfire. So if you are a bit of an arsehole, people will know you're an arsehole. So you got to treat a janitor like you treat KSI. You got to treat everyone the exact. I've had the mentality my whole life, but you got to treat everyone the exact same amount of respect. There's no point to big league it and to only talk to one person and not the other person. Just shake everyone's hand, say hello, smile.
Yeah.
Maybe not smile if you're really, really tired, but at least make an effort.
Yeah.
Make an effort for everyone.
What do your parents think about what you do?
My mum was always very supportive. My dad, I could win a gold medal, and he'd be like, "Okay, well done," which I quite like. I've seen parents where like, "My kid's a superstar." I've seen parents where they're like, "My kid's a superstar. He's achieved X, Y, Z. He's earning this much money. He's got his own business." And then I thought, "Oh, I don't want my parents to be like that." So thank God they're not like that. Obviously, mum's very supportive. They don't really understand much of it, which is fair enough. They're kind of cavemen for social media sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like my dad's always quite critical. He's very, very negative, which I've always found quite funny.
Yeah.
A thing popped up. I mean, with my dad, a really young, squeaky voice, Fred. Now my voice is just fucked. It's really, really low, and it's like, my dad was laughing at me. I was like, "Why can't I make money doing this?" And he's like, "No one's gonna want to watch your videos," or something like that. And then now it's finally kind of taken off.
Yeah.
So it's quite a funny sort of kind of U-turn or kind of full circle moment. So, yeah.
Have your parents helped shape the way you think about life and think about your business?
No, because I think about life like a different type of person. Like I listened to a lot of podcasts growing up, and I think that helped shape me. I listened to so many different podcasts, so many different people talking. Like I'd find someone who I thought was really cool, like Danny Duncan. I would just stalk all his podcasts, read about them. Or Andrew Schwarz, listen to all his podcasts. Bobby Lee, Tom Segura, Cole Bennett, kind of KSI. I know he doesn't do many podcasts. But all these guys are very they're A-class celebrities. So they've only done like 5 or 6 podcasts in their time. So it's quite easy to go through them all. And I think I was on the train, I was thinking, to see what a person's mentality is like, go on their For You page. See what is coming from their For You page.
What would be on yours?
Mine's just Thomas Shelby edits, motivational stuff. Mine's all like real, full stop. Like all like motivational stuff the whole time. People on beers of caps. Like faking podcasts, it's all motivational stuff.
Who they follow, what's their YouTube.
So I think that's kind of shaped my
like.
mentality quite a lot. And it's got I used to feel sorry for myself quite a lot, but now I just don't. I'm so privileged and so lucky to be in the position I'm in. You can't feel sorry for yourself. So I don't really trust many people nowadays. I've had so many people betray me. So many people kind of like go back on you. I actually don't trust anyone nowadays. I trust a very small group of people.
Yeah,
but obviously, I know I love hanging out loads. I love hanging out with loads of people. But if I had to tell them something specific that could end my career, or obviously hopefully there's nothing that could mess you up that badly. But if I had to tell them something really important, there's only a small group of people that I probably would tell, because there's just so many people that betrayed me in the past and messed you up.
And also, what does it mean to win or to succeed in whatever you're doing? And I think it's not to put too much of an importance on success in a way that is over the top and takes it out of the kind of boundaries of where it should stay. But if you want to have success, you need to put in the time to be up at 4:30 uploading your videos, if that's the job you need to do.
Sacrifice.
You need to sacrifice.
It's better to sacrifice this part of your life. And then when you're like 25, then you can live like your dream life. Like life's fucked up as it is.
Yeah, man.
Like nowadays you stay in school your whole childhood. You get a few weeks holiday every now and again if you're lucky. You get told off for sharing your own opinion. You can't ask many questions. Fred, you're asking too many questions now. Okay. And then you go to college, go to university, be in debt, do a 9-to-5 job you might not really enjoy. And then when you finally retire, you're too old to do anything anyway. And I knew that from such a young age because I'd watched so much stuff, listened to so many TikToks. So I thought, when I leave university, I'm going to have project fighting up and running, business, go straight into it. Luckily, it happened a few years earlier, so I was able to drop out. But I've seen so many people do jobs they don't want to work. I remember I was working as a pot wash in a pub, and I'd have an hour break, and I'd work, do project fighting an hour break in the pub. And that kind of taught me the discipline of doing, this is what's going to happen, Fred, you don't work your ass off. This is what's going to happen if you don't sacrifice time and do us all-nighters, work up till about 4 a.m.
You're going to have to do it.
You're going to have to do a job you don't enjoy. So I
100%.
thought, you know what, fuck that. I'm going to go 100% in. Screw what everyone else says. I've got to do this. Failure is not an option here. It's going to happen. So I'm not going to work that job. I can't live that life.
I love that, man. And also, I love that you took advantage of your time when you're young. I think that's the big thing for this whole episode.
Well, young people
actually.
have so much time.
You have so much
That's
time,
what we've always
man.
said. Everyone is so free when you're young.
But
When
but
you're
these days,
when
are
you're
you?
like
You don't-
20, 25, 26, 27,
Yeah.
you're like a girlfriend, kids might be on the way, you got rent. When you're younger, you got zero rent.
Bro, it's the
world's at your
biggest
fingertips.
wasted opportunity for this generation, right? Is the time they waste, both I think at university, but also at school.
And even at school, like I don't.
School
use,
is the time.
I run my own business. I've interviewed probably some of the biggest celebrities in the world at such a young age. For when I go to school, when have I ever used Pythagoras theorem? When have I needed to know? I've got on geography. I'll go on Google Maps and look at where it is.
Oh, bro,
I
tell me
don't
about
use. I use fuck all from
Yeah.
school.
But also, you
I
started a
use
business.
maths occasionally. Maths adding up and subtracting.
You have a
Something I
calculator on
learned
your
in
phone,
like
mate.
year 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think look back at all the times you wasted. I didn't waste any time. I had a good time. I had a laugh. I had a ball. I learned all the tips and tricks of like just what you have to do if you don't work hard enough. You get trapped in the matrix loop sort of thing.
Yeah.
You get trapped in the rat race. So that's why I knew, okay, Fred, you got to really get your game on, work hard. My dad was always saying, Fred, don't work hard in school. You'll have to do that job. I won't say a job because it sounds bad. But you have to do like a job you want to enjoy, a job that won't pay very well. So that's kind of scared me in a way. Like, okay, I've got to do this. Failure's not an option.
Yeah,
You've got to
yeah,
work hard.
yeah.
And I tell this to a lot of people, and they say, Fred, why are you being so harsh on yourself? Go out, have a good time.
No,
But then,
yeah.
I can if I wanted to.
yeah,
I prefer to do this sort of thing. But I
Yeah.
know in a few years' time, when they're doing the job they don't enjoy, I'll be retired, or I'll do a job that I'll do
100%.
first fighting and amped even more up on the podcast. I'll be enjoying even more.
But I also think that this time, having your own audience gives you power for the rest of your life. And that's the big thing, right? Once you have your own audience, once you've built what you're building right now, you've got control over the rest of your life. And that's something that most people will sadly never have, because often the tools, the opportunity, the various circumstances in their life, they don't have that way. But for you, you've found a way out of being stuck in the, as you say,
In
the
the
rat
loop of
race, in the
all,
loop
yeah.
of it, of sort of modern life. And
I'm
you found a way to take
I don't
control.
want to come off as arrogant in this podcast, but I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky.
Yeah, man. No,
Like,
for
obviously,
sure.
I worked hard, but luck is involved. Like me, if I grew up in Scotland, I probably wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
I'd probably be doing something else.
But
Or
the
I grew up in
mindset,
Wales,
but
but I grew up in London,
Yeah.
and I thought, okay, I got this opportunity. I had all the opportunity. I had it all going for me. My parents were together. They were still married. I lived in London, so I was like, I've got all this opportunity. There's no one can let this go to waste whatsoever. Let's maximise every single advantage I got in the book.
Yeah.
Just 100% just go for it.
I would like you, my friend, to take the box, to pick out each of the cards one by one, and to tell me what comes to your mind when you read the card.
Slim and sort of Papi. It's quite sad for sort of Papi, such a big star, to lose 2 fights in a row. It does kind of damage his name a little bit, because he did get knocked out by Slim, but he fought anyone.
It's a good fight.
Yeah, it's
It's
damn
a good fight.
But yeah, just frustrating on sort of Papi's side, really.
Do you think the weight loss had an impact on his
No,
power?
not
Do you not
really,
think
no.
so? Do you think
It's
it's
not like
just...
it's not like he was malnourished or anything like that.
Yeah, true.
He was fine, but
I was just thinking is because obviously he's had so much power, right?
Mm.
And obviously his left and everything around, like his power. When you lose so much weight, does that change the? I mean, maybe not. Like,
He
again,
didn't
I
have a
don't-
massive weight loss for Andy Taylor
I
fight.
find it
And he
wasn't that
couldn't hurt
much.
him either.
True,
so.
true. Actually, he didn't do well against that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
The OG KSI and Joe Weller.
Yeah.
So that was like 2018. About 13.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
What do you
Watching it
think?
on TV.
Do you remember that fight as well?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I remember it was a stream on YouTube. The stream kept kind of lagging for me a little bit.
Mm.
But, yeah, that's what started it all. So thanks so much to Joe Weller. Hopefully he gets
and
back in the ring.
Stuart Jones.
Yeah, yeah, I love Stuart.
And Stu.
He helps me out a lot, Stuart.
There we go. What would you say to your 16-year-old self if you could speak to them right now?
Well, I think I've done everything right. You know, as arrogant that sounds, I feel like I worked so hard. I just give Fred a hug and be like, Fred, everything's gonna be okay in the end. And that's probably it, really. So I stress so much about just doing. I don't know. Every day I'm scared of just being a failure, doing nothing in life. I think that's why I just work so hard. And yeah, and that's the real reason.
So I mean, it is a big thing. Have your back against the wall, and failure's not an option.
Yeah.
Got to make it work.
There's no chance. That's what KSI always says. You can't fail. You can't lose.
Yeah.
So you just got to go for it, I guess. Yeah.
That's it. Fred, thank you very much for coming on Unboxed.
Hopefully I didn't come off like an
no,
arrogant
do
little
not worry,
kid.
do
but
not worry.
Hopefully it'll be okay.
Yeah, man, that was great. Thank you very much.
Awesome. That's sick. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Fred for coming on this week. I think Fred is a great creator, as I said. He's somebody who really demonstrates consistency and a dedication to his craft, and he's built an amazing business off the back of it, as he was going into in this episode. As somebody so young with so much on his shoulders, I think it's very impressive for us to all see people like Fred and see that you can take advantage of your younger years. You can make the most of your time when you're at school and when you're at university, and if you get it right, you can set yourself up for life. So I hope you love this episode of Unboxed. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you back for another episode next week.